This is your favorite player's favorite show, Game Time, presented by State Farm. That is the former Knicks first-round pick, Greg Anthony, and that's the five-time All-Star, also known as Wall-Star. 6 of our 8 games around the association were clutch. That means they came down to within 5 points. And the Lakers and Celtics, 2 teams that are red-hot. Lakers came into this one winners of 8 straight, and the Celtics 13-3 in their last 16 games. The Lakers' 8-game win streak, their longest since winning the chip in 2020. Luka and LeBron out of the gate, looking great, up by 8. But hold on, GA, the Tatum takeover.
Yeah, I tell you, coming into the game, a lot of people talking about Luka and LeBron, but it was Jason Tatum with a little help from his friends.
And there's Tatum cashing and splashing, giving out some eye candy. But LeBron, John, 22 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists.
Yeah, you know what I mean? LeBron's been so dominant. I mean, we haven't seen nobody do this at the age of 40. And he almost had a triple-double in the first half.
That's crazy. Still, it's a 4-point Celtics lead at the break. Tatum taking flight, giving his team that advantage. Hold on, here comes Jaylen Brown. Don't forget about him. Just a dynamic duo pulling up over Luka.
And it was almost like he takes that Luka matchup personally.
Tatum and Brown combined for 71. Brown with 31 of those. Tatum, a 40-piece. But here comes LeBron doing LeBron things.
Along with Luka.
There's LeBron, pump fake, couple of those, going to his left hand. But LeBron leaves the game with a groin injury, did not return. So Luka Doncic had some back issues as well. But, John, he puts the team on his back here.
Yeah, we've seen Luka do this so many times down the way. He was with the Mavs. Short-handed or not, he's a guy that can make the big shots. And like me and GA said earlier, he can control the game however he wants to.
But it's Tatum with your proverbial dagger putting this one away. Boston wins 111-101, ending that 8-game win streak by the Los Angeles Lakers. Here is Jason Tatum following 40, 12, and 8.
Celtics and Lakers, atmosphere was incredible. Great regular season game. You know, that's what the fans want to see. Great players on both sides. A lot of fun.
Just what's it mean now that both teams are contenders? What's it mean to be a part of it?
Oh, it's an honor. The history and tradition, all the legends that wore these uniforms, that competed in these battles. NBA is a better place when the Lakers and Celtics are good.
You saw the graphic. 29th 40-point game in Tatum's career. 2 of those coming in the last week, and one of those against the Cleveland Cavaliers, the other against the Los Angeles Lakers, really sending some messages there.
Yeah, this one sends a little more of a message because they won the game, you know, but he has been impressive, and he's been impressive throughout his career. You know, all this guy has done since he's gotten in the league is win, and, you know, he's developed a 3-point game, but he can also post you. We know about how good he is off the bounce, and, you know, at 6'10", he has that uncanny ability to be able to create space. He can do it as well as anybody, and he's become a 3-level scorer, understands his size, but also great vision, 12 rebounds, 8 assists in this game as well, and he also gets after it defensively, and I think that's one thing that's made he and Brown special is they are two-way players. They do it all, and he has done it all and did it all in this game.
Jason Tatum, 40 points to go along with his 12 rebounds and 8 assists last week when he had 46 and 9 assists in that game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. But some big news breaking after the game as well. LeBron James in a groin injury. This from Dave McMenamin. We go back to 2018 when LeBron had a groin injury. Before that run to the championship, LeBron missed a month. So we think about that, John, and we try to figure out, okay, for the Lakers, let's say it's somewhere between 2 weeks and 4 weeks for LeBron James, worst case scenario. What you saw from Luka Doncic, do you think this team has enough where he could put them on the back and still maintain their winning ways?
Yeah, I think he could definitely do it. You know what I mean? Losing LeBron, what he brings to the game is tough to lose. But at the same time, you have another guy in Austin Reeves that was playing well before Luka got there. And I think he kind of got lost in the sauce a little bit since Luka has got there. But it's given him an opportunity to have the ball back in his hands a little bit and be a more aggressive and be the guy he was before Luka got there. So, you know what I mean? He's not going to do what LeBron did. We expect him to do that, but he can get him some help on the offensive end of scoring. But with Luka playmaking ability and the way he can control the game, he can hold down the fort the way LeBron would.
Yeah, that was a 10-point win by the Celtics. I mentioned that because I told you 6 out of the 8 games. A crunchy game between the Wizards and the Raptors. So we had a game that came to the final possession in our first game of the night, and we got another game that's close in the fourth quarter between the Atlanta Hawks and the Indiana Pacers. 1-point game there. Trae Young left the game with an injury, but did return. He's got 26 points, 9 of 17 from the field. Of course, the Lakers and the Celtics also in action. So, GA, when I tell you the Hawks and the Pacers are a close game, it seems like those are two teams that, yes, the Hawks are 9th in the standings, but the Pacers have really, taken a step up to enter that top 6. It feels like a game where both teams believe that this last part of the season, they can make a push and make something happen.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, if you're the Pacers, you want to hold on to that 6th spot, right? You don't want to get into a position where you might find yourself in the play-in. And if you're Atlanta, with all that's happened, you lose, in essence, your second-best player. You make the trade, and yet you still find yourself in a situation where, hey, we can at least get in the play-in, which, yeah, look, you're not winning a championship, but it gives you something to build for the following season. The draft's coming up. So these are going to be important games down the stretch for this Atlanta group. And Atlanta doesn't look at the Pacers and feel like they can't beat them. Like, they're going to be confident. Trae Young walks on that floor feeling like I'm the best player out here, and I'm going to will my team to a victory.
Yeah, the Atlanta Hawks, 29 wins, same as Miami Heat, 7th and 8th in the Eastern Conference. And, John, when you look at the play-in, right, you look at some teams, they get to the time of the season where like, okay, we're in 9th or 10th. In the past, you'd be like, it's over. What are we fighting for here? Now you look at teams, they get there, then they get up to like 6th or 7th, and I just feel like it has made the regular season more competitive. What do you think of the play-in and how that's worked out for some of those teams?
I think for a lot of teams it's great. Some teams you might be 5 or 6, but you can fall into the play-in game. But some teams that's at the play-in game, they feel like even if they just stay there, now we get one win, now we're in the playoffs. They feel like they're not scared of certain teams. And we talked about it yesterday, I think, with Phoenix. They're in the 11th seed right now. And that's a team you might not want to see if you have to see them in the playoffs. With having those three great guys that can score, they can find a way to make something happen in a certain matchup, in a certain series.
Pistons, Pacers, Bucks. 1 win separates those 3 teams, right? Put them in order. Pistons, Pacers, Bucks. Without looking at the standings, of just your eye test, where they are right now, and rank those 3 teams.
I would go Bucks, Pistons, Pacers.
Okay. Why?
I go Bucks because of Giannis. I go Pistons because I think they're better defensively than the Pacers are. And then I go Pacers. I think the Pistons defensively, like, that's their culture. That's who they are. They buy in on that side.
I think we need to have a Josh Giddey discussion. 26 points, 10 and 12, right? GA, I was reading off some of the stats. That's his 3rd triple-double this season. But since the All-Star break, this is a regular night at the office for him, right?
Yeah.
27-16 rebounds, 25-16 rebounds, 21-12 and 8, 19-12 and 8. These are the games he's been putting up since the All-Star break.
Well, in fairness to Josh Giddey, he was a lottery pick, and a lot of what he's always done has been on display. He's always, with that size, been a really good passer and rebounder. The question had been his ability to score it and shoot it. He had not developed the level of confidence that you would want to see from a guy with that skill set. And I think since he's come to Chicago, he's been able to kind of hit the reset button. And you see this happen to a lot of guys where, they're in one place. It could be the pressure of the situation, the style, the system, for whatever reason, but they go somewhere else.